I feel like a lot of the time, the way we think about our goals, the way we think about our life, where we're going, our life story, where we've been, creates separation. It creates distance from us and the things that we want. You know, in the manifestation community, they always talk about live in the end, live from the end. And what's your vibration? Where's your vibration at? Are you in alignment with that goal that you have? Are you in alignment with that version of yourself that gets that result? And I think part of it has to do, obviously, with the language that we use when we speak to ourselves. What we need to do is we need to stop trying and start doing. See, faith is not a feeling. Faith lies in action. I'm not a very religious person, but if you read the Bible, if you read the scriptures in the Bible and the stories in the Bible, the ones that acted through faith, they acted through faith. They didn't just think about it. They didn't just contemplate and think from that place. Thinking from that place, truly being from that place, embodying that place, living from that place involves action. It involves the action of knowing that this is possible for you. See, a lot of the times the way that our mind, the way that we construct our thoughts, and the way that we tell ourselves and speak to ourselves, and ultimately that is what separates us from the animals, right? The animal kingdom. That is what makes us higher evolved and makes us conscious, is our inner speech, our inner talk. You know, Kierkegaard said, I think I am, therefore I am, right? That is the start of consciousness, is our level, our ability to think, our ability to put an intention out into the world, our ability to visualize who it is that we want to become, see the outcomes for what we want to do, to make these conscious decisions in our lives. Somebody who is an unthinking person, somebody who just gives in to their feelings in the moment, the transitory emotions that they might feel, is no better than an animal. And when you think about the way that people act and the reactive state that most people are in all the time, that's why people look like zombies walking around. They're reacting, and they're constantly looking for some sort of stimulation from their environment, from their peers, from the external world, from the 3D world, right? Now, separating ourselves from that for a bit, having time to contemplate, having time to go within, having time to alone time, the ability to be alone, the ability to reflect on what it is that we want, is what separates us from the animal kingdom. It is what allows us to make those decisions, and make those decisions in a powerful way that is in alignment with our higher self, that is in alignment with, you know, our own choosing, and not in alignment with society's or our parents or what was thrust upon us. And when we begin to do that, and not only when we begin to think and craft that vision that we have, then we are able to come from that place. But that's the tricky part, is that once the contemplation, once the vision is done, you let it go. You let it go mentally, you let it go emotionally. That's what they do in a lot of these practices and a lot of rituals. It's done in hypnosis. You were supposed to get out of the state once you've put out the intention, and then allow it to inform your subconscious, allow it to work with your subconscious while you then go throughout your day. But being in alignment with that goal, being in alignment with the vision that you have of yourself, is about acting in that way. And it's once you stop separating yourself from your goals, Stop separating yourself from your successes and start to be that now and embody it right now. That's when you begin to see the fruits of your labor. That's when what you do and what you want to do is going to lead you towards your purpose. And the language that you use, rather than saying, hey, I'm an aspiring entrepreneur, I'm an aspiring video creator, I'm an aspiring author, you start now. You begin the process now. And you think about it like that. No, I am this. I am a YouTuber. I am an author. Why treat yourself as if you're not there in the hopes of getting there? Why put this separation in your head? And if you constantly feel like you're not going to get there, you're probably not. You do something and you put yourself in that mindset. It says, I'm there right now. And reality is just catching up to this version of me. That's where your power lies. That's where what separates you from the animals, like I'm talking about. And that is what will draw you to that version of yourself. And in the meantime, working on yourself, self-development, improving all these different areas, learning, applying your knowledge, and working on yourself is going to it's going to give you that confidence. It's going to give you that confidence. And it's, rather than trying though, the language of trying, it gives us a safety net. It says, if I try, then I can fail and it's okay. But if you try it, if you do it wholeheartedly, that's when you're vulnerable. That's when you say, hey, like I gave it my all and it still didn't work. Well, if you fail, then you know that wasn't for you, or the timing wasn't right, or you need to adapt and there's some changes to make. But all in all, you've learned that maybe this path wasn't the exact right one, or maybe there's something about it that you need to do differently. There's a self-love in that. There's a self-love in taking that action, because it's the faith. It's walking by faith. It's walking in that version of yourself, in that new man, as Neville Goddard would say. But when we feel like we're trying, putting effort in, but we never feel like we're getting towards what it is that we want, then you're operating from a paradigm that is allowing you to have an excuse. It's allowing you an easy way out. It's allowing you to say, hey, yeah, if I would have given this my all, then I would have been able to do it. I would have been able to, but I didn't give it my all. I tried it for a little bit, and maybe it wasn't fun, or it wasn't good, or it didn't work out for this amount of time. But when you give your all to something, that's when you truly learn. That's when you truly have to face yourself in the mirror and say, hey, I wasn't able to do this. I gave it my all and I wasn't able to do this. So there's something about me, there's something I need to tweak. There's a deficient trait, that maybe there's a character flaw, maybe I have a lack of discipline. It could be so many different things, but you'll be able to identify it by taking that path, by taking that action, by walking with faith. The easy way out, when you're young, you have all the excuses in the world. You can say, hey, I'm too young, I don't have enough money, I don't have enough resources. Then when you get older, you have a family, you have that excuse. You'll say, hey, I have a family to take care of. I really can't be giving my all to this. And then when you get older, you got all the excuses again. You say, hey, I'm not young anymore. I'm not as young as I once was, and I don't have the energy for it. And now it's too late. There will always be excuses, no matter what time of life that you were in, no matter what phase and season of life that you were in. There will always be excuses. There's never a perfect time. People say that there's never a perfect time to have children. There's never a perfect time to pursue your vision, to pursue that master vision that you have of your life. Those true goals and dreams that you have, there's never going to be a perfect time. There's always going to be bills that need to be paid. There's always going to be friends asking you to go out. There's always going to be like people that are vying for your time and attention. I mean, or there's going to be loneliness. There's going to be depressive seasons. There's always going to be some type of excuse. There's always going to be something pulling you away, some sort of distraction. There's always going to be a phone. There's always going to be social media. There's always going to be TV. We don't know how long we have in this life. If you're young, You think that you have so much time. If you're under 30, you think that life's going to last forever. You're under this impression that, hey, I'm always going to be young. I'm always going to have all the time in the world. Life is short. Yes, it's long in a sense, but it's also very, very short. And the more time that you spend in this life, the more that you realize that your time is finite and you are immortal. You are not an immortal being on this planet. You have a finite time, and every single day you have less and less time to do what it is that you want, to be the person that you want to be, to connect with the people on this planet that you want to do in the way that you want to do, to write your history, to leave a legacy, to leave an impact. And if you have something that you want, go get it. Try to get it. Do it. Take action. Take action today. Take action towards your goal, towards your vision. Don't necessarily try. And the distinction is a little bit tricky. Just get that word and get that fixation out of your mentality. Start to act. Limit the time between idea and execution. And change your language. Change the way you think about it. It's like, I get to do this. I'm doing this. This is what I'm doing. I'm starting a business. I'm starting a YouTube channel. I'm writing a book. Getting it out of your vocabulary. Getting it out of your mentality. So when you're doing something, it just becomes it. You are the writer. You are the YouTuber. You are the entrepreneur. Instead of trying to be better, embody how you would feel if you were that version of yourself. What would you do on a daily basis if you were your higher self, the person that you wanted to be, the best version of yourself? And you start doing it. Make a schedule for yourself, make a routine. And you might fall off the routine, and that's okay. And you can get back on it. But it's about the process. It's about putting yourself in that situation and in that mindset to grow and to become who you want to be by being that person now. Stop putting that separation between you and your desires, you and that dream life, you and your goals. Through the act also of going for it and going all in on what it is that you're trying to do and see your vision into fruition, you will naturally transform. You will experience transformation. And it's not about the goal most times. It's about the process of becoming you, becoming that version of yourself. There'll be challenges, there'll be ups, there'll be downs, and that's what life's all about. If you hide from it, if you make the excuses, you're hiding from life itself. You're hiding from your own self. You say, I'm trying. Oh, I'm gonna try this, I'm gonna try that. You don't really follow through. You're hiding. You're hiding from life. You have to be vulnerable. You have to surrender to the process. You have to embody that. Embody the way that, like, wholeheartedly, to the point where everything else becomes a reflection of you. You're controlling your perspective. And a lot of the time, reality conforms to your perspective. If you have high self-esteem, if you have high self-worth, and all of this goes hand in hand. The more that you do and follow what you say you're going to do, the more integrity that you're going to feel with yourself, the higher your self-esteem will be. Every time you make these promises to yourself, these micro promises, macro promises, and you break them, you are cutting away and chipping away at your self-esteem. Because deep down, you know that you've told yourself what you want to do. You know that you've told yourself you want to go to the gym. You know that you've told yourself you want to work on your business. You want to finish your project. You want to make your videos. You want to do whatever it is that you've decided. Put out your podcast, start your podcast. And then every day that goes by, every moment that goes by that you're scrolling on social media, doom scrolling, sitting there thinking, oh yeah, well, I'll get to it later. Oh yeah, well, I'll do it later. Oh yeah, I'll try. You're chipping away at your self-esteem. You're chipping away at that powerful person that you know that you are. When your thoughts and your words and your deeds are in alignment, you will experience a power. There's so much power in that. And there's so much self-love in that. There's self-love in taking the action. There's self-love in embodying it today, right now. And even if you fail, it doesn't matter. The real true power that you get is through the process. And putting yourself, walking through the fire, walking on those hot coals, and coming away with the burns on your feet. Maybe things don't work out, but everyone that achieves success by failing forward. You don't have to use failure. You can say it's a success in process. You can frame it in any way that you want. That's the power of our thought. That's the power of our mind that we can frame. We have the language. That's what makes us higher beings. That's what makes our consciousness so powerful, is our ability to think, our ability to craft that vision for ourselves, our ability to define who it is that we want to be. So start right now. Put the phone down. Put your phone in the other room. People trying to get a hold of you. Put your phone on airplane mode, man. Work on what it is that you know that you need to do. You know deep down, you need to write it down. You need to solidify what it is, those things that you need to do, get your routine together. Do that. Get out, go to the gym, do all the things that you know that version of yourself would do. Anyways, guys, I hope that this video helps. It's something that I've grappled with for a while, the difference between trying and doing. Stop trying, start doing. Faith is not just a feeling. Faith is the act of walking in faith. The walking in the self-belief, the full self-belief. Anyways, guys, much love. Hit me with a like. Drop me a comment. Let me know what your thoughts are on this. And I will see you guys in the next video.